This is going to be a quick overview of the Leads Tracking app and how it would be used in your chamber networking groups or leads groups. Each group uh, in your networking groups will be assigned a passcode or password. Once they log in, they'll be able to view the leads for the group, update the leads if needed, and add new leads. Let's go through it. So right now I've logged in, and as you see, I get this simple form where I would select who the lead is from, so in this case me, and who the lead is going to, and other important information that could be utilized to close the lead, such as their contact information, their phone, if applicable, their address. A lot of these fields are optional, and there's only two fields that are a few fields that would be shown to the entire group. One is title and company, um, and did this result in a transaction? And you'll see why later on. Now that all the information's filled out, you simply submit the lead, and you can see the lead was added. Also, what will happen is, as stated, there will be an email sent to the to and from so they can find out that a lead has been created for them and follow up on that lead. Here's the email that was generated, basically stating all the information that was filled out. A group user will also be able to view leads. This is important for a couple of reasons. One, to see when the lead was created, if they need to go back in and view their leads, they can sort by themselves and view their leads. And another important piece of information would be the fact that they can mark this lead as resulted in transaction, yes or no. So in this case, we'll select yes or no, resulted in transaction. Another option within this leads tracking tool for your Chamber of Commerce is the ability to assign a dollar value to that transaction. This is useful because, of course, you can then market your leads groups based on dollar amounts, saying, on average, people in leads groups generate this much money each year, etc., etc. So let's just mark this as transacted. And now we know that that lead not only was created, but it closed and resulted in a transaction. Actually, it's this lead. But if it did not result in a transaction, we could set it to no and update that as needed. As a director or staff of the Chamber of Commerce, you'll have a special login code that will allow you to view all the leads from all the leads groups, allow you to download those leads and perform any sort of analytic data that you'd like on it. You could see what's transaction, what's transacting, what certain verticals or company types are really performing well in leads groups. Then you can take that information and go out and recruit other people in that vertical to join different leads groups, etc., etc. Whatever your desire is or use for that data, you have it all. As an administrator in your Chamber of Commerce, you will also be able to create leads for people in any leads groups. Let's say you receive a lead and want to assign it to somebody in one of the leads groups. You would log in here and select yourself, in this instance, Springfield Chamber, and select whoever the lead is going to. Same sort of thing would happen as we saw in the previous screens. Also as an administrator, you'll have the ability, as we stated, to download all the leads and access all the data, the metadata, the data, and any sort of values that would get stored off based on these leads, the tos, the froms, did it result in the transactions, dates, etc. The administrator would also be able to add new users to groups and delete users from groups. Here would be an example. You just enter in first name, last name, email, and then in our Wednesday morning leads group, that user would now show up in the to and the from and the to drop downs. That was a quick overview of the Leads app for networking group and leads groups within your Chamber of Commerce.